The world is moving to, and organisations are moving towards digital engineering, and it can save you money. But there's bound to be some downsides or some weaknesses. So what's the biggest problems facing digital engineering? Is it people buying in
There's
to the
definitely
idea?
a buy-in side of it. Again, trusting that the numbers will give you what you want, will be backed up by reality. And that takes time, just to get people to buy into it, to be brave, especially if sometimes it means perhaps a little bit more cost up front. Again, there's that, I don't want to pay for something that I'm not sure is going to save me money.
Right, okay.
Because again, these software tools, they're not necessarily cheap.
Yeah.
The people to run the software aren't necessarily cheap resources to get in.
Trying to convince people that you pay more upfront at the start to save you in the long run. If something is going to last, you're hoping for it to last like 5-10 years. Once you get to a certain point, you're saving money, whereas normally you'd be spending a certain amount throughout. There'll be sort of a dip where you'll then not be spending as much. But yeah, I can see why it'd be hard to convince people.
And also these models, they're not quick and simple things to build up. They're not. Once you've got them and you can play around with them and do the scenarios, that is quick, but it can take a significant amount of time to get them built, to get them correctly representing the real world.
How long would it be to take, say if I had a fleet of 10 subs, how long would that sort of take to build? Not down to the weeks, but like how long realistically? Are we talking months, or are we talking about a couple of weeks, or like 2 years to build? Or there'll be multiple factors that you'd have to put in, but how long does it usually take to create something? Maybe 10 subs is a bit too big, but
no, I mean, once, because again, it also comes down to, are those 10 subs identical?
Right. 5 on one, 5 on the other.
But even then, so you've got to, and again, if you set them all up right, it wouldn't be too much of a difference between 1-2 types to, even if all tech was slightly different. And the support solution, probably, there's two elements to it. There's the physical time it would take, which you're probably talking a few weeks, maybe a couple of months.
Okay. That's shorter than I thought.
Yeah, but that's because it's and then there's how long would it take calendar-wise? Because what you'll have is a lot of the data will need cleansing, will need discussion. You'd have to, your support solution. You'd need to be sitting down and discussing that and going, right, is that genuinely what you mean? And you'd possibly go through a few iterations of that. And again, a lot of it will depend on exactly which bit of software you decide to use, and again, how many people you throw at it. Some of these things, from past experience, sometimes you can. It's almost like software development. It's sometimes better to just have one person working on it so that you're not confusing it and causing crossovers and overlap.
That was a clip from the Briefing Room podcast. If you want to watch and listen to the full podcast episode, it's right there in a little box. I'll just wait you a couple of seconds. Anytime.